And what do we have here? Looks like pedals, tail lights, headlight, a battery. Oh no, it's another battery. Coffee. Definitely gonna need some coffee for this. Tools, wrenches, screwdriver. Oh my. The bigger question is, what have I gotten myself into? Oh my gosh. Magicycle Ocelot Pro 2.0 torque sensor. Wow. Talk about a learning curve. I've mentioned learning curve to you before. Well, this is today's show and tell and a day of fun. Well, maybe not today, but it will be coming soon. I've never been on an e-bike, but there's no time like the present, right? Here in the tiny house, going to tackle this project of putting this together. I've already thrown the box away, so I'm committed, and I hope you'll join me. Well, I must say that way too many hours later, here she is. She's all in one piece. I am mentally, emotionally, and physically exhausted. And that has nothing to do with the review of this bike, because it is the constructor of the bike that has issues. I am going to move this outside on the porch and revisit the Magicycle. I don't know, it might be a day, it might be 2 or 3. But for now, I think this is what I need. Find serenity and stress relief in nature. Because this was anything but stress-free to put together. And for you, it might be 10 minutes, as the videos show. I do everything backwards. She's ready for a ride. It's the Magicycle 2.0 Pro. The key lock for the battery in here. This is your display screen. Shows you everything you need to know. See? How cool is that? Over here, this changes your mode. That's cadence, torque. Very cool. I think I said C later on in this, so ignore that. There's your speed. We keep it at 1 for now. Brakes. And this is your, let's power this off just in case. There we go. This is your throttle. People say they love it being right here. There's your lockout. Nice big fat tires. Place for a basket. Your headlight, not your tail light. Check it out, guys. Look at these tires. Anybody into tires? Very pretty. All right. Less talk and more action. Power this on. The Magicycle little screen comes up. And I am in the torque sensor mode. It shows you miles per hour, your trip, and what pass you're in. Let's do it. And off we go. This is like a trial run here. I've been on the bike a couple times, once without the battery, just to see if my muscle memory would kick in. And then I started using the torque sensor mode, practicing my turns. Have yet to go out on the streets. I think we'll do that now. Onto the street here. The big time. Now, I will be wearing a helmet. This is just a little, I guess not totally a trial run, because I've already tried out the bike, but really just getting used to the brakes, the big fat tires, all of it. Heading down a hill now. Pretty much, I don't know, I'm going slow and got the brakes on. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. I know practice makes perfect here. So I'm just happy to be out and about here getting some exercise. Not really, I don't think I've been above 6 miles per hour, but that's okay. Speed will come. Like I mentioned, it's been 25 years. So I went down a little hill, not too bad. Now we're at about a little over 6 miles per hour. We're coasting. I definitely want to be using this for exercise. Feeling rather confident every single time I get on this bike, which has only been like 3 times. I'm feeling better about it. Getting used to making turns. Now I'm truly getting some exercise because I've got the brakes on basically. And I'm only in one. That's okay. I'm actually proud of myself for even trying. Practice makes better, right? This is going to be so much fun to take with me this summer on my travels. I have already got the bike rack, I've got a bike lock, I've got the helmet, got all the gear, guys. I'm ready to go. And truly, if I can do this, you can do this. Just saying. Now up the hill. That's when this torque sensor is a beautiful thing. Help up the hill. Woo. I know you're not seeing a whole lot, but at least you're seeing or hearing the bike. Kind of jerky, I think, with my tripod in the back here. I don't own a GoPro yet. It's on my list. It's on my wish list. So I think we'll turn back into Cozy Nest Cottage, tiny home. down this little hill here, down my berm. There's a lot of sun here. Right now it's the middle of the day. And there is a lot of bumps here in my yard. So it's not me really jerking the bike. I feel like this is a really smooth e-bike. The Magicycle. Let's get up on the porch or up on the patio and have a little talk about the bike. There we go. Well, I hope you enjoyed coming along with me on my little mini ride and getting used to this Magicycle. I'm very excited about the leisure fun and the exercise that this is going to provide. Out in nature. Like I mentioned at the very beginning, I think I needed some nature. Wow. I have not been on a bike in 25 plus years. And I have never, I can hardly believe this, but I have never rode a speed bike. I've always been on like a cruiser boardwalk type bike and thoroughly enjoyed that. So here we are in the big time now. And I'll tell you, when Magicycle contacted me and wanted to send me this bike for review, I was very hesitant. I said, I do not want to review something that I don't really have an interest in. And like, what am I going to, what am I going to say? Am I going to use the bike? Is it going to be a hassle? The whole 9 yards. So I said, you know what? I'm going to email them. I'm going to tell them what my hesitations are and see what they have to say. And I thanked them for the opportunity. I said, I've not been on a bike in, I don't know, I might have even said 30 or 40 years, and that I've never ridden a speed bike. And I said, I don't know if I could, do you justice. I said, on one hand, I am your market because I promote healthy living and exercise and walking on my channel. But on the other hand, I said, I have watched videos of young guys, taking this up to 28 miles per hour, which it can go to. I think 20 is kind of the baseline. And I said, I just don't see myself doing this. And he emailed me back and thanked me for the thoughtful response and said, you are our perfect candidate for this. Getting people out and people my age and trying something new. And I felt so empowered and good by that response that I said, you know what, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. Well, I basically put it together by myself, but I put it together wrong. So my neighbor Frank came by and his wife Pam, and had to, somehow the wheel got turned, I guess, as I was taking it out of the box. And so he had to readjust the front. The chain was off. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is not a good start. But I think if I had not done anything, it would probably take someone 10, 20 minutes to put this together. Really. I was just very antsy about the whole thing. So after it was together, I was like, you know what, I need to get on this bike like right away. I don't need to be thinking about this. When will I do this? The whole 9 yards. And so I got on it right away without the battery being charged. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is like falling off a horse and getting back on. The muscle memory came right back about riding a bike. And I was ecstatic. So I got the bike rack, and it has a ramp. I think I told you that. And here's my fancy helmet. So I'll be putting my helmet on. So guys, you don't have to worry about me. I got the helmet. I already have it adjusted. Ready to roll. Ready to roll. And I'm just going to go on some trails and practice. That is my best way to learn. Of course, I think it's most people's, is you've got to keep doing it. You can't let a month go by and not do anything. So I've got to keep practicing, and hopefully I'll just look back and say, wow, what was I so concerned about? And I did mention I'm taking this with me. There is a video coming up about where I'm going and what I'll be doing, and so stay tuned for that. I'm not going to get into that anymore. This is a dual sensor bike, which the gentleman also told me in the email. The torque sensor feels how you're pedaling and gives you power as you pedal. So if you're going like this, the torque's going to go. And if you're just going really slow, you're going to have a nice motion. And then it has the cadence sensor. There's a lot of bikes out there, they have the cadence, but they don't have the torque sensor. A lot of companies are now coming up with this. And speaking of companies, I will definitely give this a 5-star, double thumbs up. It is amazing. And the customer service that I've received already with the email is over the charts there. And it also, of course, has the throttle, which is like a gas pedal. And I'm not using that yet. We'll get into that later. There are so many reviews out there, and they are good professional reviews. So I suggest when you get this bike that you go back and you watch some of those. But I wanted to do a different review. I wanted to do it from a 66-year-old lady, senior citizen point of view on not having ridden a bike in forever, and how you can easily get to liking this within 5 minutes. All right, and then so the cadence sensor, that's to give you like a nice smooth casual ride where you're not putting any effort into your riding, and you change it from C to S on the Magicycle screen. And then of course the torque sensor is where you get resistance and you get exercise. The bike is 77 pounds. I've already taken it off and on my rack, so not a problem. Yeah, the cadence is no pedaling, so there's no effort. But the torque sensor has the pedaling assist, and it feels natural and intuitive. True statement. The technology, they say, is like the nervous system of the bike. It's a great bike for exercise. The uphill is great for the torque sensor because it'll boost your motor output. And the throttle is not attached to the pedal assist. So that is on the right handlebar. I think I already showed you that when I was showing you before I got on the bike. And it'll go to 20 miles per hour and then it ghost pedals. So I have actually did a lot of research, reading, what's ghost pedaling and what is the difference between torque and cadence. So I gave you the mini version there. And of course, yeah, it just, the torque just feels your sensitivity to the bike. It's awesome. I think that's about it. It's very easy to switch between the torque and the cadence. All right, guys, put in the comments, do you already own a Magicycle? Do you own an e-bike at all? Is this something that's on your wish list and something that you would like to try out? Because I highly recommend it. All right, that'll about wrap her up for today. I hope you enjoyed this little, the real deal here. Just seeing the real deal. And blessings in your day, and joy in all your exercise and all of your fun leisure activities, and joy in your journey. One more thing. Comes with an owner's manual. Lots to learn. Lots for you to go through here. And go to the description to get your discount code for your Magicycle and the link to this beautiful, fun bike. A dual sensor Magicycle. Alrighty, later.